what do you bring to the table? Because you're involved in various aspects, and what part of Met do you bring to the table? What does Met bring to the table?
Well, I think I am a good listener, first of all. I don't like imposing my ways. I don't like, although I have very clear ways of how things should be done, maybe, but I don't like imposing that. So when we're in our board meetings or when we're in any meetings, I like to listen and understand. I also like to challenge a lot. So when some people don't like me when I do that, I must admit. So because I always challenge, but what if, but what if, but what if? I think it's important to challenge even the way we do things, the way, how can we do this better, and keep challenging and keep challenging and keep challenging. I think those things help me in the way I manage and my management skills, obviously. I don't see anything else. I mean, I'm just a leader, I think, when I'm in my own different hats, basically. And you have to adapt with the people you have as well. You have to understand the people, you have to understand their thinking, you have to understand where they're coming from, and always keep the bigger picture in mind. I mean, the bigger picture is the good of the football club, the good of the organization, the good of the HR profession when it comes to HRD. So you always have to keep the bigger picture in mind. So you can't be, as a leader, although it's very important, but you can't be expected to be liked all the time either. Sometimes you have to take decisions which are unfortunately maybe unpopular, but which are necessary for the good of the whole organization.
That's true. In some cases, especially in the HR profession as well, and I even encountered this issue even in Scouts as well, when I'm mainly dealing with parents. You have to listen to the individual, but you have to think about the collective as well.
Exactly.
So certain decisions might not appeal to
that individual.
Because it's very specific. And certain decisions has to be taken to benefit the grand majority of people, sometimes even the business.
Exactly.
In the case of an organization. I think the key there is how you pass on the message.
How you pass on the message, yes.
I think that is key. The communication,
yes.
The communication, how it is done to pass on the message.
You mentioned communication. I think communication is key in everything you do. It has to be two-way communication and very clear communication, so that there won't be any misunderstandings. I think, especially in the HR profession, communication is very important.
Today we're dealing with a new generation entering the workplace, and then picking on this because we mentioned communication. There's a different trend of communication. How, in your experience at the present, dealing with not dealing in a sense that it's something to be afraid of, but how you're managing it?
In my personal experience,
yes.
as Matthew, well, I think I'm very, very much au courant with media, obviously, and with what's going on out there and how to communicate. Obviously, there are channels that appeal to segments of the workforce or of the population or whatnot, and you have to know how to direct your communication according to those channels as well. It's been very, especially social media has been very disruptive, especially for an organization like ours. Obviously, for a media organization, it has been very disruptive, obviously. Today our competition as an organization is not the other newspapers, not the local. Today our competition is Facebook, is TikTok, is Instagram, it's all these. And there has to be the ability of working with these rather than obviously trying to compete with them. We can never obviously beat Facebook, we can never beat Instagram, we can never beat TikTok, we can never beat Twitter or these. But how to use them, the secret is how to use them and how to monetize it, and how to get revenue streams from these social media. And it's very important that we get people on board who are adaptable and ready for change, because technology is changing continuously, and that is another skill that is very important in the future. That people are adaptable, that people can change very, very rapidly. With machine learning and with AI today, the way we work is going to revolutionize. I can't say whether to the better or to the worse, but it will change for sure. It's already changing. Today, I mean, the knowledge today is, everyone has the knowledge. Today, if you ask me a question of rocket science, in 2 seconds I can look it up on my mobile phone and give you an answer. So I don't need to know that knowledge really and truly, because it's there. What I need to know is what to do with that knowledge, how the critical thinking part of that knowledge and all that. So it's very important that we recruit people who have these skills, the critical thinking, the creativity. Creativity, I think, is thinking outside the box, is a skill which is going to be very important in the future.
Do you think that someone can learn to be creative?
I think you can learn how to be creative. You can harness it, but you can't learn it only on the job. It has to come through our education system. Our education system, I think, today is more based on exam-based and learning this by heart and doing it and having an exam at the end. We don't give room to the students to be creative, to express their emotions. I think we need more of that rather than the knowledge learning. The knowledge learning is important, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we don't teach them. But I think we need to instill in our children how to be creative, how to think critically, asking questions, challenging, and what I said before as well. I think those are very important skills for the future, because, as I said, machines are going to do most of the knowledge, most of the work we do. Machines can't think critical. Machines can't be that creative. Machines can't work as in teams, for example. So these are the skills we need to make sure we have to be able to cope with AI and machine learning and all that.